Hey guys, SirVern back here. So I'm going to make a quick video regarding Microsoft's new acquisition of Activision Blizzard, along with, you know, Game Pass and a few things like that. So just to give you a brief history about myself, I was an Xbox guy. The original Xbox came out, loved it, still love it, have one upstairs. Um, then the 360 came out, and that's was my favorite console by far, over the PS3. Um, I had a lot of the 360s break, though, of course, the Red Ring of Death. After my fifth one broke, I switched to the PS3. Anyway, so after that, I kind of fell in love with the PS3. And then trophies came out. And I prefer, personally, the trophy system over the achievement system. And then Xbox came out with the Xbox One, and it was a nightmare. The DRM stuff where you had to be logged online, it's still a thing today, whether you realize it or not. If you buy a brand new Xbox console and you turn it on and you have never had internet, you're going to have issues with it. It has to check in, shake hands with the network. I don't like that. I don't like digital stuff, period. I do not like DRM. Sony's guilty of some stuff too, but it's a lot less prominent on Sony consoles. So I am a physical media guy. So we'll get into the Game Pass thing. But first, let's start, I guess, with the acquisition. So everybody's freaking out about it. First they acquired Bethesda, which to me was a much bigger deal than the Activision thing. I know they have 68.7 whatever billion dollars. I know that's a big deal. But who isn't tired of Call of Duty? I did get Vanguard because a buddy of mine had Vanguard, and he was super into it, and I have enjoyed it. I really have. I like Vanguard. But I bought like Modern Warfare, that was okay. But now the whole just like Call of Duty, that's like all everybody plays, like the Warzone, and I get tired of that crap. I'm more of like a single player experience guy now. I don't need an online game anymore. They're fun every once in a while. I got into PUBG, that was the last one on PlayStation, and I love PUBG. But those games just get old, and after a while they're done. PUBG will, in a year or two, will be a dead game on PS4 especially. Um, but anyway, whenever I saw the acquisition, they own Call of Duty now. It's a big acquisition, and it will affect Sony, no doubt. But it won't affect me. I don't care about Call of Duty. I'm sure Sony will come up with some shooting game that will suffice for the people that are missing out on the FPS genre. I thoroughly enjoyed Killzone Shadowfall. A lot of people, I guess, didn't. Killzone Mercenary, I was just playing on my Vita TV, or my PlayStation TV. Um, I have so many games that, I don't have to have a competitive first-person shooter. There's still Battlefield, although that was a disaster. My point is, there's other shooters out there, that if you need a multiplayer game, there's PlayStation All-Stars and whatever that, Destruction All-Stars, that's what I'm thinking of. There's plenty of multiplayer games. You're going to have Elden Ring, and you've got all kind of stuff. Far Cry 6 you can play multiplayer with. The people that I guess it will affect the most are the bro shooters, the ones that have to have the Call of Duties every year. I don't care about that, To me, it hurts far worse, the Bethesda acquisition. I've been playing, I started off with Morrowind on the original Xbox and have been obsessed with it. I love Morrowind, Skyrim, Oblivion. I love those games. And I even bought, I have a sealed anthology, of all Elder Scrolls games. Redguard or whatever it is, all of them. So people are going crazy. Sony's dead. That's just ludicrous. It will hurt Sony. Don't get me wrong. Especially if Microsoft doesn't allow Call of Duty games in the future to be on their consoles. And if you look at it from a business point of view, from their perspective, Microsoft would be, if you spend $70 billion on a product and don't make it your own, then that's why did you buy it? Of course they're going to do that. I think they'll honor the contracts or whatever that are in place now with Sony and put, whatever, maybe the next one or two Call of Duties on there. But eventually I see it being Xbox exclusive, Game Pass exclusive. um, I don't play, StarCraft is neat. I have StarCraft 2 on my PC. Don't love it. World of Warcraft I put 1 week into one time 10 years ago. That's an old game. Overwatch never played. I don't care about most of their stuff. So it's not that big a deal to me. You know, PlayStation has so many good games that are going to come out and do. I have, I don't know. I'd have to go up there and count, but around 1,000 games upstairs, 90% of them being Sony games. I don't care. I don't care about the acquisition. It doesn't bother me. It will hurt Sony, and it already has hurt Sony. Their stock price dropped, and I understand that, but why is everybody freaking out? I think it's so dumb. And then they're fighting online about it. Yes, it's going to hurt Sony. I don't know why you're arguing that. It is going to hurt Sony. And then let's get into Game Pass. Good Lord, I'm so tired of hearing about it. Like I said, I'm probably in the minority here when it comes to physical game collecting. I don't want a game unless it's physical. I don't want it. For instance, I just was playing my PlayStation TV, and I just beat God of War, the original 2005 version, last night. So I was looking for a game on my PlayStation TV. I don't mind buying a digital game, if I have the physical copy of it as well. So I went and looked upstairs at my Vita games because I wanted to buy one for my PlayStation TV. So I had Cursed Castilla physical, so I bought it digital just so I could have it down here as well, and don't have to carry the cart around, whatever. So, but let's get into Game Pass because that's kind of where I'm leading with this. I heard, I watched Angry Joe, and he's like, it's over, man. There's going to be so many games on Game Pass. It's going to be unbelievable. It's such a good deal. Okay, so you're spending I guess for the ultimate, $15 a month on Game Pass, right? There are a few people it may be for, but at the end of a year, you're going to have spent $180 on rental fees. You are renting video games. Maybe that's all people do. Maybe you play a game one time and never play it again. Because Game Pass games, I know a lot of them stay on there, but some don't. Some come and go. You run into licensing issues. There's games on PlayStation that aren't there anymore, that you can't buy anymore, that are digital only. It's crazy. Why would you want to buy that? So Game Pass, you're going to end up spending $180. And at the end of that year, if you stop your subscription, right? Say you bought a year Game Pass. You have 0 games. 0. You don't have one game to show for it. You could go buy, 5 or 6 $20 games, or even cheaper. Go to GameStop. They run deals. You could probably come out with 10 video games or more, for that $180 price, especially if you're okay with used physical copies. Probably even more than that. Let's just say 10 games. How many games do you really beat a year? 90% of the people obviously are bros. They play Call of Duty, so it's free. Modern Warfare is free. So, Fortnite, free. PUBG just went free, I believe. Apex Legends. There's all these games that most people play anyway. So say those are free, and you went and bought 10 video games that you could beat. You buy one game. Just say you bought God of War. That's a pretty long game. Or you buy whatever. There's a million games you could purchase and spend a ton of time in. How many games do you really beat a year? How many games do you play a year? I looked at mine, and granted, I'm in school and I work, so I don't have a ton of time. But last year, I beat 9 games. Okay. I beat 9 games. So now that say I spent $100 on those, $180 on those games, which I didn't. They were cheap games. I always buy games a little after they come out. So I have $180 worth of games. Now I own those games forever. If I didn't, say I bought the game, didn't get around to it, now I own the game and I can go play it. I don't have to keep paying the $15 a month every month to play for a service. Because Game Pass, you also, it has to check in, right? You have to have internet. So you have to have internet. Then you got to pay for that. It's just I don't understand everybody's obsession with it. Yeah, you pay $15 a month and you get games day one. You don't own that game, you're paying to rent it. That's like saying you own movies on Netflix. As soon as you stop paying it, you can no longer watch the movies. You're bound by that. And the longer you play it, you're like, say you have somebody over and you played a game and you want them to play it, but they took it off Game Pass. Game Pass is not everything it's made out to be. I just don't understand. You can try to convince me that spending $180 a year on rentals is cool. That is not cool to me. I have 1,000 video games upstairs. I don't pay for them monthly. They can sit up there for 10 years, then I can go up there and play them. I just don't understand everybody's obsession with Game Pass. I don't get it. But anyway, that's like my little rant. Who cares about the acquisition except Sony and bros that are obsessed with Call of Duty? Other than that, who does it really affect? I mean, unless you love Overwatch, unless you like blah, 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 buy an Xbox and then buy the disc. Don't buy Game Pass. I will never, even if I had an Xbox, I wouldn't play Game Pass. I would spend that $15 a month on a used video game and own the game. Am I in the minority? Seriously? Is everybody just obsessed with paying a rental fee every month? No thanks. But anyway, that's all I got. SirVern out.